What's up, everybody? After a long hiatus, we're back. It's been 2 weeks. This is True Stories We Made Up. I'm your co-host, Colton Tisdall, and right next to me is the resident Make-A-Wish kid from UW Whitewater, Dante Onabeni.
Hey, guys.
We got a good show for you this week, so let's get into it. So the first thing I think we should talk about, get comfy. It's going to get hot in here. It's going to get steamy. Is All-Star Weekend in Chicago.
Yeah.
How much of it did you watch?
Everything but the game.
Really?
Well,
we
not
had
the celebrity game, but
we had a fun time watching the game. That was a different. We'll talk about that in a bit. But
the 3-point skills and dunk
overall
contest.
Impressions, what'd you think?
I thought all of them were actually really entertaining.
Me too.
Except the skills. The skills challenge I think is dumb because it's literally one pass and then who can make a layup in 3 the fastest. It should be 2 passes in my opinion, but
yeah,
a little more actual skill as opposed to
it doesn't really take that much skill. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
I like overall impressions. I loved what it did for the city. I loved everything it did for Chicago. There was energy, there was happiness, there was like
we've been liking that.
Yeah, it really felt like Chicago had basketball again for once. And it seemed like everybody was really enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about the city, how they used to talk about the city when we were in middle school.
Yeah.
Like that's what Chicago basketball is. And even though
Brews was back
when there was nobody from Chicago in the game, it still felt like a Chicago game, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Dunk contest.
I know.
Who should have won?
Controversial. I think Aaron Gordon should have won.
See, I could see why people say that, but I think Derrick Jones, up until the Taco Fall dunk, up until that, I think that it was Derrick Jones had it in the bag.
No, I've thought about this a lot. Here's what I'll say rewatching the highlights. Every single dunk Derrick Jones did was a between-the-leg tomahawk. He just did it in different spots from different distances, but everything he did, he put it between the legs, and he one-handed it with the left hand. Aaron Gordon had so many different dunks that he completed on the first try. He started out with 5 50s. It shouldn't even go to 5 dunks if the guy has a perfect score.
To be fair, the grading system sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
They're way too lenient on that.
Dude, the fucking Aaron Gordon, when he bounced off the side of the backboard, completely
that was probably the
yammed it. That was incredible.
But Derrick Jones had I can't even remember what he did, but it was like kind of on the side as well. He did something crazy. I thought that
it was just another between the legs.
But I thought it was like
he just did a 180 between the legs, which is still impressive. But then he kept doing the same thing, and I don't think he won off of a free throw line dunk. Which is exactly what Aaron Gordon lost to.
This is one thing I will say.
The first time.
Derrick Jones, 1 foot in on the free throw line.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon, nuts in Taco Fall's head. They both had faults. They both had faults. And if we're going on it, you know how many times people jumped over people in that dunk contest?
Yeah, but so how many times have we seen a free throw line dunk? What's so impressive? We've seen Zach LaVine.
It's in Chicago. It's Dominique Wilkins is there.
No. Absolutely not. Aaron Gordon got completely robbed. What I don't like is that people saying he's gotten robbed twice.
I think the first one he got robbed.
I'm complete opposite. I think Zach won the first one fair and square, and that he lost this one.
See,
he didn't have 5 straight 50s the first time.
But that's all relative, and that's all.
So, but it's the grading scale we have.
Yeah, but the grading scale has only gotten lenient. 5
perfect dunks. The fact that he took his shoes off because he said, why do I even have to dunk at this point? If you get 4 50s, regardless of what the other scores are, there's absolutely no way he should even have to dunk somewhere.
Like, obviously the scoring has to do with it. I think they need to fix the scoring to make it actually matter. Like, because they're giving...
Do you think Dwayne... Oh, continue. Sorry, I didn't.
No, like I don't know. I think they're giving 50s way too.
Oh my God, they give them
so then it really
it's their fucking
550s.
job.
Yes, you got 550s, but is it really 550s?
Do you think Dwayne Wade threw it for his Miami Heat friend?
No, I really don't.
He was one of the 3 9s.
I think that they probably discussed it. And then it was...
He even said, I will not be the guy to screw this up. Like, you can hear him say it. And then he's one of the guys who screwed it up.
I think it was a miscommunication or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then one person thought they were supposed to go 9 when they went 10.
I genuinely don't think there should be... I'm torn, though. but I don't think there should be two winners. I don't think two winners I think that defeats the purpose of a winner.
Okay, in my opinion, I know it would be more of a popularity contest, but it should go to fan voting. Like with all the social media power nowadays, just
voting, or that it should be both.
Yeah.
A combination of both. That's actually not a bad idea
because that is a majority vote and not just people like in the emotions. Like, whoa, that was crazy. All right, let's.
I think Aaron Gordon had better variety. He had better creativity, and his dunks just felt like they were better.
One thing, I felt like Aaron Gordon, I felt like I was getting old. Like, he kept bringing Chance out. He
might as well just dunk Chance at a certain point.
And then with all the TikTokers, like...
that was bad. That was bad.
They're 14, like, it's chill.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't know, man. He's just... I think he's the best dunker in the game.
I don't argue that.
And...
Dunk contests and dunking are completely different things, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon does that shit in game, though.
Yeah,
he tries to kill people. I thought he was the one thing that bothered me about him was he was too cocky. Yeah. Like when he took off his shoes, I get why, but it's like, dude, you got friends sitting right here. Like you have the national media watching you. You can't be like that. And then he was throwing a hissy fit afterwards.
I got robbed twice.
Yeah, I don't like that. And him and Zach are friends. Like you shouldn't be talking shit about your friend.
Yeah,
it's not his fault you lost the second time.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely things can be fixed, but.
Speaking of Zach, he might as well be a member of this podcast. We talk about him and the Bulls so much.
Yeah.
Well, I am really mad about the performance. Not his performance, but his...
Well, technically his performance.
Yeah, I guess. His three-point contest. He did good. Yeah. He did so good, too. 23 for a first round is not bad.
Yeah.
But when you have to get 26 to even stay in, and then the guy who got 26 gets 21...
Hey, that's the name of the game.
I felt so gypped.
It's the name of the game.
It proves to you how all around his game is, though. I think he's completely underrated.
You can win a Super Bowl. Win a dunk contest and 3-point contest is pretty crazy.
I think his game is completely underrated. He gets 41 points in the last game before All-Star break, and it's fucking crickets. Mm-hmm. And there's a video of him doing a 360 dunk that he doesn't make, and everybody's fucking talking about it. It's not fair. People don't give him the time of day that he deserves. It pisses me off. He's probably my favorite player in the game right now, partly because he's such an underdog, and I kind of ride with that.
Yeah. Did you see Trey hit 50 last night?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he gave Quavo his jersey.
Yeah, I did see that.
Trae Young is really good. he just I can't ever get that picture of the lollipop. There's a lollipop with pieces of hair stuck to it, and it says Trae Young. It's really really
He
funny.
needs to do something about that hair.
Yes, he does.
It's gross.
It looks gross to look at.
Like, it's not even like that looks bad. It's like, what is that?
Mm-hmm. NBA news. Oh, also one of the things I loved about this All-Star weekend was FireGarPax. It was in the media constantly.
Yep.
It was everywhere. It was on billboards. It was on T-shirts. It was trending twice at #1 over the weekend. Yep. And now...
It's going to happen.
It seems legit. Like, the claims seem legit.
Yeah, and there was even a billboard a couple years ago that it happened in...
Nothing. It finally took the owner, Jerry Reinsdorf. He's finally doing it. I just don't like who the sounding replacement is.
Who is it?
They're looking at the Pacers GM.
When the Pacers are bad.
They're not bad. They're 5th in the East.
Are they?
Yeah, and they got Oladipo back. They made the playoffs last 4 years in a row.
I guess
they have Miles Turner.
Yeah.
They're not a bad team. He built a solid... And actually, they're 5th in the East without Oladipo, so they're not bad. It's just, it's not like the big name splash I would hope for. I mean, of course, you can't always get Masai Ujiri, but...
I don't even know who that is.
That's the Raptors. He came in, he got Kawhi, and they won a championship. And most of the organization attributes that win, or even just getting there and getting Kawhi...
to him.
And even getting him to contemplate staying is like 90% of Masai Ujiri.
Yeah.
So, you can't always get people like that, but... I was hoping for like a bigger name draw to the city. And what also is a bummer is it doesn't look like either Gar Foreman or John Paxson are getting fired.
Yeah, they're just getting demoted, which why, if they're that bad, why?
Well, they're getting relocated to the scouting department. Well, actually, they do draft well. Given the Jimmy Butler trade, with the picks they got from that, I felt like With getting 3 sevens in a row, I feel like they came out with the best possible picks. They could have done worse.
Yeah, well, you can always do worse.
I don't know if they could have done much better. They got Laurie, who is actually he was rookie first team, and it's Jim Boylan's fault he's not doing well.
Yeah.
Kobe White was the best we could have gotten at number 7. So. There's nobody below Kobe White that's doing better than him.
Yeah.
It feels like, and Wendell.
Yeah.
That's not a sexy pick, but like he's not bad. Yeah. I think they actually might do well, or at least Gar Foreman. John Paxton has, or whichever the bald one is.
I think that's Foreman.
He is.
Oh, actually, I think they're both bald.
No, John Paxton's the fat face.
Oh, with the black hair.
Yeah. He's clearly dyeing it. Yeah. No, that's one of them.
He's
Foreman. The one.
Paxton is bald.
So the bald one knows what he's doing, at least when it comes to scouting, from what I've read. That is a bummer, but the Pacers GM, he can't be much worse than what we've had.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping brighter days are ahead of us, even though we got mollywopped last night, and Luke Cornett hurt himself. And Chandler Hutchinson, I don't even know if you know who that is.
Yeah, I do.
He somehow, over All-Star break, fucked his shoulder up, and he's out for the rest of the season. And Chris Dunn is out for the rest of the season.
And Valentine is out.
Valentine might be back. He's listed as indefinite, but him and Wendell are supposed to be back within any game now. Wendell said he wanted to be back last night. But so how do you hurt yourself over All-Star break? It's vacation. It's spring break.
I mean, you're still working. I would assume at least.
You don't have to be doing intense workouts. You're going to be playing game. You're going to get in game shape as you finish. And it's not like Chandler. I don't know, man. How do you and his shoulder too? Not even an ankle.
I don't know. But speaking of breaking news, well, not really breaking news at all.
I think I know what you're going to talk about, and that was what's next on my... Yeah, that was next on my list of things to talk about.
Derek Carr posted the Instagram picture, him and Khalil Mack in the Bears jersey with no caption. And then we get a tweet from Derek Carr's brother, a gif, very mysterious. And then the Bears just released 2 veterans.
Amukamara and...
Prince Amukamara and Taylor Gabriel.
How do you feel about them releasing the 2 of them?
Prince Amukamara, pretty much every time a big touchdown happened was on him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a good veteran, but, he made good plays, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Taylor Gabriel, he was good, but if we can get Derek Carr,
you're happy about this.
Yes, very considerable upgrade in my opinion.
Really? I don't even know what his stats were. I'll look him up.
Yeah, but name one Raiders wide receiver.
I couldn't, but that's not because lack of talent. That's lack of knowledge on my part.
I mean,
I couldn't. I don't think I could name the starting receivers on most teams.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just not really.
Yeah, I think a pretty average quarterback is all the Bears need to make it to a Super Bowl, and we've just been lacking an average quarterback.
Oh wow!
21-8,
but 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
And passer rating of 100.
Yeah, see,
that's not bad, actually. Let's see Mitch.
Let's look up Mitch.
No, I honestly, at this point, anything that gets us above 8-8, I think I'm...
Well, and then plus, Mitch, I don't think he needs to go necessarily. I just think he needs a quarter, not a veteran, but someone to kind of...
do they have a specific... Oh, this is considerably worse.
What is it?
He had 3,000 yards, 17-10, so he had less touchdowns and more interceptions, and an 83 passer rating.
Yeah, so Derek Carr would be a huge
upgrade. That'd be
especially with one of the best receivers in the game, Allen Robinson.
Yeah,
that would be... That's exciting.
This is all dependent, I feel, on Tom Brady going to the Raiders, and it does not look...
I honestly think he's just going to stay with the Pats. I don't think... So
you think he's going to stay with the Pats and Derek Carr is going to leave?
I don't know.
I feel like he has a starting job. Why fight with Mitch over one when Tom Brady's not going to take his job? I don't even see why he leaves if Tom Brady doesn't...
I really don't know.
And the Raiders are in Las Vegas now. That's a huge step up. To be the first quarterback to play for the Las Vegas team... Yeah. Why would you leave that?
To win a Super Bowl?
I don't think the Bears can win a Super Bowl with the team constructed just because Derek Carr plops in.
I don't know. And I also don't know the details. I don't know
especially with fucking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs being so fucking stacked. Yes. There's no way.
I don't know if Derek Carr's a free agent or if it would be a trade or how it would go down. Because if it's a free agent, like if it's free agency, then I think that starts next week or 2 weeks, like somewhat soon.
Yeah.
But if it's a trade, like he really has no.
Derek Carr currently has 2 years left on his deal.
Yeah,
He signed back in 2017. Yeah. Wait. He's set to earn $19 million in base salary next season. It's unlikely anything will happen to Carr until March when free agency opens.
Yeah.
And the Raiders can go after Brady. So they would to get Carr off the team, they'd have to trade him.
Yeah, which
I don't know if we even have the pieces to get him.
But
I think we're pretty not sparse on picks and players at this point.
Yeah.
The only players we can offer up are our defense, and if we start offering up them, then we don't have a defense anymore.
It's just weird. Like, why would they post that, or why would he?
Or Mac is going back to the Raiders.
Yeah, I sure hope not.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Or they were on the same team together. Maybe they're just buddies.
Yeah,
and he just wanted to post a picture, let everyone know he's still there.
The no caption is really mysterious when it comes to.
He might also just be shit baiting so that he can get his name in the media.
Yeah,
again.
okay, that's
people. He wants people talking about him.
And then I guess his brother can just be helping. Yeah, okay, fair.
I think it's way too up in the air. An Instagram post. I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah. I really shouldn't get my hopes up.
Yeah, because I have a feeling this whole Tom Brady thing is just like that Hulu commercial where it's just, this is all smoke and mirrors for him to go back where he's always going to be. I did see today, though, that football players usually in free agency go to teams. And so they go around the country to their facilities. Tom Brady has the star power where he's doing what NBA players do, like LeBron, where he's saying, you have to come to my house. Mm-hmm. So he's going to go, he said he's going to be in the islands or something, and he's making teams come to him.
I did see Tom Brady was in Tennessee looking at schools for his son, which, if his son's going to school in Tennessee,
But Ryan Tannehill wasn't bad. They got farther than the Ravens did in the playoffs. I don't see why.
Know, and I don't know if Tom is going to settle for backup or how it's going to work, but
no, he's not settling for a backup. That's his whole thing.
He's going to go to start somewhere.
If he has to be the backup somewhere, he might as well stay in New England because they don't have a backup.
Yeah, but I think that Belichick wants him gone. That's like when Belichick was really mad when they traded Garoppolo because he said, I want Brady gone, and he wanted to keep Garoppolo.
Yeah, that whole story, actually, I was just seeing stuff. I forget who it was on Get Up and First Take. He was doing the rounds. Some actor, but he's from Boston, the Boston area, and he was like, there's literally, that's this narrative that's kind of created where, Tom Brady didn't end around and got Garoppolo to save his job. That there's no basis in fact on any of that. That's all just people making assumptions on what happened, but there's no nobody's ever actually put into words that's exactly how it went down.
Yeah, but nobody would.
Why wouldn't they? It's 2 years removed. They gotten 2 Super Bowls since.
Because
why do they care?
No matter what, it's just going to cause more drama.
I'm sure a book will come out the second he retires.
It's just more drama that'll cause, whether between Kraft and Belichick and...
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love the Bears. Honestly, I think the best case scenario is Mitch just gets better. That would save a lot of people's jobs and the team if he just got a level head and got better.
Yep.
So what I think we should do before we start going into news, since it's not really the halfway point of the NBA season, but the All-Star break is kind of the metaphorical halfway point. Yeah. Let's do some mid-season awards. See if you have anybody locked up, who you think gets what.
I found this on the web.
Ooh. She's answering our podcast questions for us. So we could start lower level.
Rookie of the year.
Sure. I think at the halfway point that's pretty handy.
Yeah, I don't know who else would even be.
Zion, but Zion actually
his 3 games.
He's played more than 3, and he's played
had a lot of stats.
His stats are big.
Highlights. Yeah.
Well, he's averaging, I think it's 25 points. It's not over a large sample size, but if he had been able to keep this up, I think he'd be handily in front of Ja.
I'm afraid for Zion because I really want to see him do well, but the fact he played 4 games and got injured again,
it's
tough. I really want to see him do well.
He's gonna be a D Rose. I feel it in my bones. We've been through this before.
Yeah.
The motor is too big for the frame. It's just how it's going to go.
It sucks because he's such a fun player to watch.
He's so much fun. That night, his opening game, we went fucking nuts for it. That was crazy. You know what? He only has 4 career threes.
And those all in that one night.
All 4. He's like 4 for 28 now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he hasn't made a single 3 since that first game.
Damn. Well.
I know. Because people now are like, oh shit, he can actually do this. So Rookie of the Year is Ja.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really much of a discussion. Defensive Player of the Year.
Honestly, I haven't watched enough to know, but based off of Twitter, I'm assuming Draymond Green would get it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Draymond Green sucks. What everybody's realizing is that he is no good.
He just does, he talks a lot.
Well, he's no good without 2 of the greatest shooters, like literally number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
The greatest shooters of all time, backing him up, giving him space. It's literally, he's not good. The Warriors he's still healthy and he's still on a $100 million contract. I think he's averaging like 7 points a game and like 4 rebounds. It's not even starter levels of play.
I could see, I mean, again, I haven't watched defense, but like Giannis.
Yeah, I think it's a close second between, or there's like a 3-way tie in my head between Giannis, Rudy Gobert, and Joel Embiid. Actually, I'm going to replace Joel because he's kind of been a bitch lately.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons.
Really?
Ben Simmons is a monster on defense. His defensive efficiency rating is off the fucking charts. Partly because he's playing against point guards.
Yeah.
And he's 5 inches taller than most of them.
Well,
but
take what you can get.
Giannis, too. Giannis this season, you know what PER is?
Mm-mm.
PER is like this stat. It's not perfect. Max Kellerman on First Take always talks about it, where he says it's like a thumbnail sketch of your offensive efficiency. So the higher the number, the better every stat you have is. It's essentially just this baseline number.
Like QBR almost.
It's so Giannis, his is, if he was to finish the season today, it would be the highest of all time by any player ever.
Really?
Even Wilt Chamberlain's 50-point per game season.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then it's like, it goes like Wilt with like a 38 something, and then Wilt again with like a 36, and then Michael Jordan with like a 35.9, and then LeBron with like a 32. Those are the all-time top 4, and I think Giannis is at like 42.
That's pretty crazy.
But it has to end right now.
Yeah. Or it could get better.
And it takes in defense, but there's not as many stats.
Yeah.
So it kind of becomes its own outlier. But based off of Giannis is that good offensively, and then nobody really can get past him on defense.
Well, he's crazy. Like, he could just block anyone.
To preface other awards, I think Giannis, in my head, doubles.
MVP.
Yeah, MVP, and he gets Defensive Player of the Year this year. I think he should get both. I think he's deserving of both.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to LeBron, just to keep it. Like,
LeBron, actually, I don't think they're giving it to him. I think he's made a fair case for himself.
I think if it's even closer, it's going to go to LeBron just because Kobe died.
I don't think Kobe's death would play into it at all.
It's to play that narrative.
If he plays
LeBron's
better,
gonna do it. LeBron's going to do it.
But if he doesn't have any big games,
I don't know.
It's so Defensive Player of the Year. If you were given 3 choices from,
Giannis.
You'll just I don't know. I just want the last person to get Defensive Player of the Year and MVP was Michael Jordan. Nobody's done it since like getting both, and I think Giannis has a chance too.
I feel like he's always in that running.
And then, are there any other awards before MVP that given out outside of the
Offensive Player of the Year?
Is there?
Yeah. Well, at least I know there's.
Or I thought that was just the MVP.
Yeah,
I don't think there's an offensive one. There should be, but I don't think there is, because James Harden would handily take that home every single year. I'm trying to think.
Luka could be. I don't
MVP?
think.
Or are we doing our imaginary Offensive Player of the Year award? Let's do it.
Okay.
True stories we made up. Offensive Player of the Year award.
I don't know. Luka's more of an MVP because I feel like he's just so good.
He is really good. I don't think he's MVP. I don't think he's cracked in there yet.
Yeah, he's not doing what Giannis is doing, but like
he's also been hurt for like the last 15 games. He just came back, and his team isn't in the playoffs yet. I don't think an MVP comes from a team that's not in playoffs.
Yeah.
So he could. I'd put him below James Harden.
Oh, you know who we didn't think of? Kawhi.
Oh, for Defensive Player of the Year?
And MVP.
But I think his load managing hurts him in every case. I don't think he gets Defensive Player of the Year because Giannis hasn't missed a game
That's
yet.
one thing I'll give LeBron a ton of respect in, like, basically calling these people bitches for...
Mm-hmm. But I'm worried about him because, he might pull a Kobe.
pull his Achilles or something?
Well, yeah, Kobe said, fuck this shit. We're losing. This is how we're going to play. And he played like 45 minutes a game, and he ended up tearing his Achilles before they even got to the playoffs. But before he tore it, they were on like a 28-game win streak or something. So I can see that because LeBron's playing the most minutes on the team.
Per usual.
But at 35, you would think he didn't want to.
Yeah. I also think he's half coach, so if he didn't want to, he wouldn't.
Yeah. I think Anthony Davis put the pressure on him to play defense. Because Anthony Davis came on First Take like a month or two ago, and they asked him, like, where did this come from? And he's like, I pushed him to. He said, you're the leader. We recognize he's the leader, and I told him, if you want us to play hard, you have to play hard. And so that's exactly what LeBron did.
That's a pretty fair assessment,
yeah.
Can't be mad at that.
So MVP, what are your top three? Like, if you were to give front runners...
Giannis, Kawhi, he's just...
You think Kawhi is in the most valuable player conversation, given he's only played like 28 games this year?
I don't know. Like, after watching the All-Star performance, he's good.
Really good. I think the biggest thing for him is his clutch. He is fucking clutch. He does not get phased by anybody who's in front of him, which is good in the playoffs.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is really fucking good. But I don't think he's done that consistently enough to get the award.
Yeah. I don't know.
It would be shortchanging the people who've played every single game this year.
Yeah, but but at the same time, if you deserve it, you deserve it.
I think you have to play a majority of the games in a season to deserve the award. And in my head, Giannis is still more deserving regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a tight race between LeBron and Giannis.
I mean, they're the captains in the All-Star game for a reason.
The genuine edge I see LeBron having is that he's doing this well. For one, his age is going to play into it, and two, his conference. The West is a lot harder to do well in, and Giannis is just eating on all these children in the East.
But LeBron also has Anthony Davis.
If anything, that would suck up more buckets from him, don't you think?
Maybe buckets, but that will make your team better.
Yeah, and he is. It's like he's averaging a career number in assists. I think it's like 12 assists a game. It's like 25, 12, and 7.
Credit to Anthony Davis. It's like if like Khalil Mack, his numbers weren't that good, but because he gets double teamed every time, and it makes everyone else that much better. Like if you have two good players, they're not going to be able to focus on just one.
I don't know, which one do you think outweighs the other? Anthony Davis being with LeBron or Giannis just bodying all the East teams? Like when the Milwaukee plays the Bulls 4 times a year, of course he's going to get 35 and 15.
I don't know. I still think Giannis has it.
I think it will take something.
The Lakers also play the Warriors.
That's true, but there's a lot more Warriors type teams in the East than there is in the West. So we'll give it the midseason award to Giannis. I think we can. I think unless something amazing happens for LeBron, which will be fun to watch regardless. I think Giannis has it pretty much locked up. So we'll switch to some of my nerdy stuff. I don't know if you heard, but I have a surprise for you later on.
Okay.
But the first look at Robert Pattinson as the new Batman.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He's the guy from Twilight.
Oh,
the vampire guy from Twilight. Edward. Yeah, he's the new Batman.
Interesting.
I know.
I don't really know what he looks like nowadays, but
I'll show you the video. I affectionately call him Robert Battenbat. Robbat Battenbat.
Why is that?
Because I thought it was funny. I heard it on another podcast, and they were like thinking of names to call him, and they said Robbat Battenbat, and then they didn't think it was funny, but I laughed out loud listening to the podcast, and then they thought of something else, but I was like, I'm just gonna snatch that one. So anytime it comes up in the news, you know what to call him.
Robert.
No, it's Robbat Battenbat. I think it looks fine. You don't get a good enough look to make a fair judgment. But
you're basically judging a whole movie on what the character looks like.
Well, what the character looks like is big. I think it's important. What is getting everyone talking is, did you see how the bat symbol was like...
Red?
Well, no, the whole thing... He's not red. It's just red lighting. But the chest symbol looked kind of funky, like super metallic-y and like clunky.
Is it not supposed to look like that?
Well, it doesn't normally look like that. And the reason it does is people are thinking it looks like a gun handle, and that he took the gun So Batman's parents got killed when he was a kid. They got mugged in the street by Joe Chill, is his name. Whatever. And he takes the gun and in a new Batman comic, he turns the gun into the bat symbol on his chest to like always have it with him or whatever. They're thinking they might move that into the movie.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's kind of sick, actually.
Yeah.
I want to see more, but I like Batman. I like Batman movies, and this guy... I'm Batman. I don't know. I think it really could be good.
Is the Joker going to be in that one? Or is it only The Dark Knight?
It doesn't look like the Joker's going to be in them. No. So, what do you want to talk about first? The Mighty Ducks or Call of Duty?
Mighty Ducks. I have seen pictures. Emilio Estevez looks the exact same. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. I don't know.
So you know that it's coming back for a sequel?
Or like it's a TV show.
I don't know either way. I just heard it was coming back for a sequel.
So yeah,
it could be
at least what I saw is it's like a spin-off TV show.
No, I heard it was a direct sequel to the movie with Emilio Estevez coming back as the same guy. Really? I've never seen the Mighty Ducks. I only wrote it down. I've only wrote it down because I know you're a huge fan.
Yeah, well, there's three of them. I mean, like the only way that it would be connected is if it's the same coach, but like the movies. The coach really isn't the main character. Like, he's not even really in the last one.
Is he not?
No, it's...
I thought he was the main guy.
No, it's... I mean, like, he's definitely one of them, but the players are more... Like, in the third one...
Well, do you know if players are coming back or not?
From what I've seen in pictures, at least, they all look like different kids. So unless... that's why I've seen, like, it's going to come back as a TV series, and, like, it might be Gordon Bombay, which is Emilio Estevez, coming back as...
Gordon Bombay!
That's his name.
That's a funny name.
So he might be coming back just to coach different kids, and I'm assuming it'll probably be like a remake of the same movie, but just different kids in a like different storyline, but same outcome. But either way, I definitely will give it a watch.
Oh, it is a series.
Yeah.
So you were right. He does look the exact same.
Yeah. Just gained a little bit of weight.
He's closed a deal to reprise his role as Gordon Bombay in a Disney Plus original series.
Does that one's going to come out?
It's 10 episodes.
It's actually kind of long. I mean,
10 episodes is not long.
But I don't know what they're going to do with it. I guess you'd have to wait.
Yeah, it's all new. From what I can see here, it's all new.
See, like the way I'm thinking is like the first episode, like I don't know. Like I don't know if it's going to be like the length of a season.
The reboot is set in present-day Minnesota, where the Mighty Ducks have evolved from scrappy underdogs to ultra-competitive powerhouse youth hockey team. After 12-year-old Evan is unceremoniously cut from the Ducks, he and his mom set out to build their own ragtag team of misfits to challenge the cutthroat, win-at-all-cost cultures of competitive youth sports. With the help of Estevez, they discover the joys of playing just for the love of the game. So the Mighty Ducks have now become the villain.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds kind of cheesy, but it's one of those
Isn't that the whole point? Isn't Mighty Ducks all cheese?
I mean, like, you kind of know what's going to happen in the end, but, like...
You always know what's going to happen.
I mean...
I haven't even seen it, and I know what happens.
I mean, and I don't know if, like, just a couple of people I've talked to, but, like, I feel like it's a pretty fair consensus that the first Mighty Ducks is even the best one. I think
You think the second one's better?
Yeah.
That's I've never heard of that.
That's
the sequel is being better.
Thinks the same thing too. The second one is best, but
wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely intrigued to listen or watch it.
I won't be watching it, but you can tell me on here how it is.
Yeah.
So we've also been playing Call of Duty Season 2.
Yeah, Rust. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I think
I'm enjoying myself playing it.
Yeah, and as far as like the one thing I did not like about Shipment and just more Shipment is like I love the map, but when I'm trying to get my guns gold, you need to get long shots, and you can't. But Rust, I found you get on top, and pretty much anywhere you shoot from is a long shot, and it makes it.
What was the last gun you got gold?
The Uzi.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a single gun gold.
See, this is the first game I've ever gotten a gun gold, and I realized how easy it is. Once you you have to know what, you can't just go shooting around.
I don't know how to get it gold. What do you have to do?
Like when you get the camos, it'll tell you how to progress the camo, and you just do the missions. And
which camo? Because there's
you have to get them all.
Oh, you have to get because I've been looking for the gold.
Yeah, no, you have to get them all to get it gold.
Oh,
and then, it'll be like crouch kills. So I'll just consciously play if I see a person, I'll crouch, stuff like that. But I don't know. To me, it adds more fun. because I have no objective to play for. As opposed to just get high kills.
Outside of Rust is the only big thing you've really interacted with. The new season 2 content. Have you tried any new guns?
No, I'm waiting to unlock the UMP. I think it's called the Striker or whatever. But
you still haven't gotten that? That was like day 1. You really wanted to play that.
It's like tier 32 on the Battle Pass, and
I'm only like tier 15.
Yeah, and I've been pretty busy this last week.
Yeah,
I haven't really been
this last week has been really busy for everyone. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So, would you recommend it? I mean, it's free. Would you recommend getting the Battle Pass?
No. I mean, in my opinion, no. I mean...
Did you get the Season 1 Battle Pass?
No. See, like, one thing with Call of Duty is it's first person. So, like, it's not like Fortnite where you can actually see your skins and stuff. It's...
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, like the Ghost skin is cool, but you don't see yourself playing
exactly.
it.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of...
The only thing I see getting the Battle Pass for is you earn enough COD points if you don't spend them at the end of the season if you play all the way through to pay for the next pass. So I feel like once you spend your money on the first one, so you might as well.
See, it's a different story. Like if it was a free game, I would have probably that's why I think Fortnite is like a genius for that, making the game free because everyone's like, oh, it's a free game.
Instead of paying $70 for a full game and the Battle Pass, you're paying $10 for the Battle Pass and
then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna need to spend $10. Yeah, like,
and eventually you've spent $150 on Fortnite.
I think I capped out at like $45, which I mean in relativity is still kind of a lot when you like a free game.
It sounds like a lot for Fortnite, but if you buy a game,
and I've played for over 2 years basically, so I feel like I got my money's worth.
I never spent a dime on Fortnite.
Didn't you get the Battle Pass?
No.
I thought you did that one season because Southey was...
Oh, I did though. It was like season 2 or 3. Yeah. And Southey was so mad. Southey was so mad that I wasn't like using it. Yeah. He just came into my room and he finished it and he got me all the way to John Wick. And I still have never won a Fortnite game. I've never won a Battle Royale solo.
Yeah.
Like any game, like PUBG or the Blackout mode in COD 4.
I played like 1 or 2 of the Blackout mode and it's just too slow for me.
Yeah. Would you play it if it came to Modern Warfare?
I would try it, but
I'd try it.
But I don't know. The one thing
Ground War is so hard. I can't see Blackout being any easier.
Yeah. One thing I like about COD is a fast pace. So if you're gonna slow it down, then.
Do you ever watch Stranger Things?
No. I watched an episode with you one time, but...
I've tried very hard to get you to watch it. It's probably my favorite show ever.
I just don't like monsters and aliens. I think it's dumb to me.
It's so cool.
It's like, it reminds me of like Pokemon hunting.
It's a lot more fun than that, and a lot scarier. But, spoiler alert for the 2 people listening, for myself later, Stranger Things, there's a main character dies.
Curly hair kid?
No, it's an adult. It's Hopper, the dad. He's the big cop guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He supposedly dies, and they have they spend like the last 30 minutes of the last episode mourning for him. And on Valentine's Day, they released a 10-second clip of him being in Russia with like a shaved head, building like train tracks.
Breaking Bad type stuff.
And so at the end in Stranger Things, there's this other mirror dimension where the monsters come from, and it's like this rip in the wall, and you can climb through the rip, and you're in. I know it's cool when it sounds really stupid saying it, but he's fighting this Russian Terminator kind of guy next to the rip in the wall, and the machine's about to blow up, and so he doesn't get away in time, and it looks like the machine blew up and killed him, but he jumped through the rip in the wall into the other dimension, and at the end of last season, they were feeding people to the monsters, and they were like, let's get the American, because they were Russian. They were like, not yet. And so, of course, that's him. But now the only reason I like it is instead of pussyfooting around it for like the first 5 episodes of the next season, they're like, oh, is he alive? Is he not? No, no, no. Like they just, he's alive. Let's move on. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
It was like cool. Not that I didn't already know he was going to be alive, but I feel like they're not wasting time with the whole thing. So that made me happy. That was on Valentine's Day. I just have a few stupid things written here. Coronavirus is getting kind of scary.
Yeah.
Are you worried about it at all? Are you worried about it coming to...
Like, I'm not worried, but I'm not, like, at ease. Like...
So if you had to... So I'm flying to Vegas.
Yeah.
Do you think I should wear a mask?
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
You look like an idiot.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think you do.
I haven't decided if I'm going to wear a mask or not, because I'm only going to... But
I'm also kind of a germaphobe too, so like I feel
I'm not a germaphobe, but
that would freak me out.
Airports I feel like are the breeding ground. Like in Plague Inc., the game, the airport's the number one thing to get.
Yeah.
That's how you pass it around. It's I don't know the current numbers, but I know that they're
searching for them in China, I'm pretty sure.
Upwards of 100,000 people infected in that region of Asia.
Is there still no cure? Or...
Yeah, I don't think there's a cure. You just die.
That's tough.
You just shit yourself until you turn into goo. I don't know. I'm just making things out. I know it's bad. And I know that there's like 15 official cases in the U.S. now.
Yeah, that's one of them was in Madison.
There's 4 in Chicago.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
not ideal.
It's getting kind of scary. But how many of these have we lived through? Right? Like swine flu was fucking.
Where's the wood?
Yeah. Every 20s, a big plague happens, like clockwork for hundreds of years. Like Black Death was 1820, and then 1920 was
polio.
Was it polio?
I don't know.
It could have been. I know it's something. And then now we're here with Corona. They
remember Ebola?
I do remember Ebola. What was the one? Our whole school got shut down for it. Do you remember hearing about St. Charles East in high school? In high school,
that was Ebola. In high school was Ebola.
It might have been. I don't remember. It doesn't in my head that doesn't sound right though. But over 700 kids at St. Charles. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to ask somebody from our high school. But they canceled like 3 weeks of school because over 800 students at the high school had whatever that disease was, where they were shitting their pants and they were.
Interesting.
I don't think it was Ebola because Ebola kills you.
Yeah. But
it was something, and that made like national news. And then I guess we've been talking about a little bit before we get to top 5 beatdown. The Logan Paul, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, go Logan
beef.
Paul. I mean, it's definitely like, it's real, but like at the same time,
beef.
We got the beef.
We have the beef.
I was watching Impractical Joker's clip on YouTube, and Joe Santagato was wearing a shirt that said, oh, what did it say? He's like, I am beef. Or like, I am the beef, or something like that.
They have a movie coming out.
Yeah, it came out last night.
Did it really?
Yeah.
If it comes to Whitewater, I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to go see it. I like the show enough to see it. Yeah, I've been watching that show since the beginning.
On a Tuesday for like $4 or whatever.
Yeah, I'll fucking go see it. I hope it's good.
But yeah,
AB, did you see him get fucking whacked in the head by his own machine?
Yeah.
What even was that piece?
I was kind of wondering the same thing.
What physical... Like, what is that swinging metal death trap for? Yeah. And why was it just
swinging?
Yeah.
Like, why was it dangling in the air?
Yeah. That was... I'm sure that's not helping with his CTE.
No. I saw a tweet. It was like, hopefully that hit him hard enough where he goes back to normal.
That's funny.
But... yeah,
Logan Paul actually the dun 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 dun. I really like that song.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just jumped into the beat of this song. Yeah, it's just in my head. It's been in my head for a while. Same with Natalina. Have you seen her? Those two stupid internet songs have been stuck in my head. You've been listening to Strawberry Fields way too much.
Yeah.
You played it. We've hung out like a few hours in the last few days, and you've been playing it nonstop.
Yeah, it's a good song.
So you think if they were to get in a fight, who do you think would win?
I think Logan Paul would win.
I think Logan Paul would win too. Having watched his vlogs and seeing him fight, like on his vlogs.
But
he's actually a good athlete. That slap video.
Yeah. Antonio Brown, though, is also a professional football player. Like, he has endurance where...
He does have endurance, but I don't think he can take a hit. Clearly he can. Yeah. It's pretty clear. Vontez Burfict made his head super, super fragile. Yeah. I actually watched that hit after seeing it in the Going Broke video, and that's a bad hit. He gets spun like a pancake, and then he doesn't get back up.
Yeah.
That was bad news.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't like that guy. I'm glad he's suspended.
Oh, well, yeah, he's just a dirty player.
Yeah, he's a dirty player. Like Zaza Pachulia. He's a dirty player. Yeah. I don't like him.
That's how I feel about Boogie. Even though he's not dirty, I just feel like I don't like him because he's a bitch.
Yeah, he is a bitch. I remember
little thing.
I remember Zach Randolph like looking him in the face and being like, "In my hood, bullies get the shit beat out of them, and you're a fucking bully." Yes, sir, Mr. Randolph. I apologize. So I saw this on one of my favorite YouTube channels, Watcher. They do this thing called Top 5 Beatdown, and so we're gonna call ours 5 things we argue about show thing.
All right,
happening.
I like it.
I worked hard on it.
Words, they mean things.
So we're gonna pick 5 things, and we're gonna count from 5 to number 1. And we're gonna say, like, we're gonna argue about why your top 5 is better than my top 5, and it's pretty clear my top 5 is gonna be better. But
well,
so our category is alcoholic drinks. So
all right. So before, I wanted to get this straight. Are we putting beer as a category or different types of beer?
I just did alcoholic drinks because I don't drink all that much beer. So I added in. I guess just one, but I have hard liquor in here too.
Okay.
So
well, you go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So my number 5 choice is Coors Light.
Wow.
Why? Of all the light beers, if I don't have my other picks in front of me, I feel like if there was a Coors and nothing else, I'd be happy. I think Coors is fine.
Full disclosure, we're drinking with our parents every weekend in the state of Wisconsin.
We're not incriminating ourselves.
Yes.
I turned 21 in 2 weeks, but this is,
our parents
with
are
our
drinking
parents.
with us. Yep.
Yeah, of course. Nothing but safety here.
Okay, well, I didn't really do types of beer so much.
Coors Light has always been there, as a safe backup. You always got to appreciate your safe backups, It's light and refreshing. It's got a cool can design.
I'm not denying
Cold
that.
Blue Mountains.
But top 5.
Top
Really?
5, yeah.
All right.
Top 5. I can't come up with something. When I had my 5th spot, that was there for me.
I feel like my 4 and 5 are kind of
Interchangeable?
yeah, and the reason is because my number 5, I'm gonna go with the number 5 as number 5 because I've only had it once or twice, so like it's hard to say.
Okay,
like, I don't know if it's
you don't know if it's got the staying power.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. But a Moscow Mule. I can't say it.
Moscow Mule.
Yes, thank you.
Say it.
Moscow Mule. There we go.
That was Moscow.
I don't know why I couldn't say it.
I've never had one. I can't give an opinion either way.
They're pretty refreshing.
Yeah. If I was to give an honorable mention, if I guess mixed drinks that I really like. I didn't even put mixed drinks on here just because I have so many beers.
Yeah.
But I like a tequila sunshine. Or tequila sunrise.
Yeah, sunrise. But
clearly, we don't drink very often.
no. But Coors Light, I'll tell you why that's a bad option.
All right.
You can tell you've had about 4 different beers. Because there's so many things with flavor better than a Coors Light.
I don't like flavor. If we should preface this, I don't like soda. I don't like carbonation, and I don't like the flavor of beer. So the flatter, the better, because it's easier for me to drink. There's only one beer, and it's my number 1 choice that I like the taste of. So
I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. So my number 4. So you said Moscow Mule. You didn't really get to explain yourself. Sorry, I cut you off.
So to me,
why?
they're just. I don't even really know what it is. I know it's vodka and ginger beer, and I think maybe a little bit of lime. Could be wrong about that part.
I don't know.
I think a little bit of lime
I do
juice.
know the cup, though.
Yeah.
I recognize the cup.
I'm a big ginger ale guy, and it kind of tastes like that. It was just like to me, it's like refreshing. I don't know, like just something different, very flavorful.
Would you rather have that or a mimosa?
Well, you beat me to my number 4.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
So my number 4 is a mimosa.
Mimosas are good.
Yeah.
They are
you can't
good.
Can't
go wrong with one.
I mean, I'll drink champagne regular, but you add OJ and it's...
The champagne gets me fucked up.
Well, it's because it tastes so good that it's just like...
I had, we were doing a family vacation this summer, and we were all doing like a family toast.
Yeah.
And patting ourselves on the back for being so great. We all had champagne, and my brother and my sister, who are underage, they both had one and didn't want it. So I'm having all 3 of ours. So as people came back around filling it up after every cheers, I was having 3. And by the end, I was fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good. Mimosas. Mm-hmm. All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4, Corona.
Oh, that is...
Just like the virus.
Yeah.
A good Corona on the beach when you pop that lime.
Yeah, okay.
Dude.
I can't argue with that.
That's
yeah, okay.
Especially in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Especially in the sunshine. I don't think being outside, especially by water, there's a better thing to have than my number 1 pick. But outside of that, Coronas are my go-to in the summertime.
Yeah. I would like to preface this by saying, like, I definitely could have made a list of top 5 beers.
See, would you like to replace yours? Because I only have one, and it's only I don't have a mixed drink.
I'll change my one. I mean, you'll see.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, no, I could agree to that. Corona.
Coronas are refreshing.
Yeah.
They have the brand that makes you look really cool.
Yep.
They have cool commercials.
Yep.
They taste
you can't go wrong
super good.
I mean, Corona. You
I know. I don't like having them in the winter though. I'm not one of those Coronas in the snow kind of people.
See,
That's when beer comes out.
See, any beer is good beer, and I mean, there's some I'd rather have different times. But, which will lead me to number 3. And that is the Leinenkugel's Snowdrift Porter.
Oh.
Very delicious.
Come on. You can do better.
It tastes like coffee, chocolate. It is so delicious.
I don't like coffee tasting things.
I love coffee.
I don't like having alcohol in my coffee.
This is where we differ. You give me 2 things I love.
Coffee and alcohol?
Yeah.
What even is it considered? A mixed drink, a beer?
What did I say again? It's a beer. I lost my train of thought. It's a beer.
Okay.
A porter.
So it's not like Kahlua or any of that?
No. It's not like a coffee drink. That's just like what my.
Oh, yeah, because you also say Bud Light tastes like campfire, so your palate is very skewed.
I don't know. I mean, I've had people say the same thing, that it tastes like.
Coffee?
Yeah. But it's just like, definitely, that is a winter beer. That is one where, I mean, I would be happy to drink it in the summer, but it's a thick, warm, like,
I've never had it.
It's
anything
good.
Leinenkugel, I will try though.
Yeah, I mean, that is
that's my brand.
That's like the, not a real beer drinker.
Yeah.
Craft beer, but.
So my number 3, it's the good old Dilly Dilly. Bud Light. Bud Light. I've drank more Bud Light than any other drink, as opposed to milk, maybe. And I've drank so much. Yeah, water's number 3. Yeah. I've drank so much Bud Light. It's 30 rack after 30 rack after 30 rack. It goes down. I don't even necessarily think it tastes refreshing or all that good. It tastes like nothing. So I have 2 of them in. It's like drinking water. And it doesn't even I don't have to taste anything. I don't have to work at all. It goes down like it's nothing. And that's the best part, because then you can have 30 in a night. And I get hungover as fuck off of wine or other things. I've never had a really bad hangover off of Bud Light. I don't know if it's just too low percentage or if it's got enough water to hydrate me or whatever it is. I don't have bad hangovers even after I finish a 30 rack in a night. And Bud Light is just the quintessential, my go-to beer, my number 3 option. I've had more of it than any other drink.
Okay, I mean, I could see, for me, my go-to beer is something cheap and easy to drink. Doesn't make it my favorite.
No, it's not my favorite either.
You put it top 2.
It's
or
3.
3.
3, yeah, it's top 3. I feel like the thing I drink the most should be on the list.
All right. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. I know I wouldn't put hams on there. That's for sure.
Because it's fucking hams.
Yeah.
Would you? Okay, I guess I have to wait. But what's your number 2?
See, this is where I got a little.
Well, you can do honorable mentions. How about honorable mentions before your number 2?
Okay, my honorable mention, it was gonna be in there, but because the beer kind of threw me off, was a Mai Tai.
Yeah, never had one.
Honestly,
I'm not a mixed drink guy.
I'm not either, but this, fantastic.
I prefer mixed drinks to drinking beer, like on vacations and stuff.
Well, yeah.
But at a certain point, it's like, if I don't know all the options available to me, I'm just like, oh, give me a Corona, please.
But see, if I'm out on the boat, nothing's better than a beer.
No, you're right.
Sometimes
you're completely right.
Sometimes I'm in the mood for something fruity or
So what is a Mai Tai? What does it consist
I really don't know. There's pineapple juice, rum.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm going to Google it. So
that's your honorable mention. I'll try and come up with another honorable mention.
Yeah, there's a quadrillion different recipes you can have, but it's basically rum or a certain type of alcohol with lime, cherry juice, different types of juice.
It's just juice and rum.
And I think there's liqueur too. What that is, I don't know.
I will say, I guess it can be my because I haven't had a lot of mixed drinks on my list. The Irish Car Bomb.
Yeah, that
you did at your house.
Yeah, that was
fucking fire. That shit was.
That was like a coffee drink.
It was good. Yeah, it was hardcore.
That was good.
Yeah, that was. Your dad made a mean one. That was fucking cool.
Yeah, I did enjoy that a lot.
The Irish Car Bomb, and I didn't do it right because I sipped on mine because I liked it so much. You're supposed to bomb it. It's supposed to be a chugger. That's the whole point of the Irish Car Bomb.
See, I think if it's good,
I drank
savor
it. Irish Car Scooter is how I had it.
All right, so is it my turn for 2?
It could be either. There's no rules here.
I'll go with number 2. It really probably could be interchangeable with my number 1.
Yeah.
But a mimosa. Spotted cow.
I do know you love these.
With a little bit of OJ.
What makes it so much better? Isn't that just orange flavored spotted cow?
Theoretically, yes, but like it just.
I guess a mimosa.
It's like a lime. It's like a crime. Corona and lime. Like it just.
Yeah, they go together. Like peanut butter and jelly.
And I don't know if like Blue Moon and orange. Like I don't know if you know those go together.
I've never had a Blue Moon, but that's my mom's favorite.
Yeah, my mom likes Blue Moon as well. But yeah, no. Mimosa, spotted cow and OJ.
I've never tried it, but I'd like to try one. I don't like spotted cow. I didn't enjoy it at your dad.
Okay.
When we were hanging out at your house over the summer, over break.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy the spotted cow he gave me, so he switched it with me. My number 2 is Jägermeister.
Really?
I fucking love Jaeger. Jaeger bombs, I've spent so much money on Jaeger bombs, especially when I was in Europe. And Katie and I fucking went nuts over them. And Wyatt and I went nuts over them. I love the way they taste, especially with a Monster over a Red Bull. Red Bull makes it taste worse, in my opinion. A green Monster, fill it up with Jaeger, fill a shot up with Jaeger, fill up the Monster till it's taller than the shot. You drop the shot in and you drink them both, and it's refreshing, it's minty, it gets you drunk, but it also keeps you energized. It's fucking awesome. Jaeger I could sip like it was water. Yeah, I love Jaeger. If anybody puts Jaeger bomb, I spent like $80 in one night on Jaeger bombs in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, they're good. I'll give you that.
They're super, super, super good. I love them. Now it's time for king shit. Now it's time for the number 1.
Now that I'm thinking, I want to switch
alcohol of your choice.
I want to switch my 1 and 2, which.
So you're putting a mimosa as your number 1 then?
Yeah, I think I am. Number 2, a Yingling.
You don't have PBR in here at all?
No, I mean I love PBR, but not my top. And
really?
Specifically a black and tan Yingling.
You're struggling.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what a black and tan, like what it entails, but I know it's fucking good.
I don't like. Well, black and tans to me are Guinness and something
it's
else.
like
I hate Guinness.
But yeah, I don't know. It's fire.
You think so? So you like the darker stuff. You like to mix things. I was so prepared for you to have beers on this list.
Well, because I thought it was like I didn't think we can have all beers, so I would have had a different.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rules here. I like your list. Mine is actually a little bit less creative because you went all out on yours.
Yeah.
You have quite the palate.
I think mine are like I could have cemented my order a little bit better, but
it is what it is. So my number 1, I think everybody saw this coming. Leinenkugel Summer Shandy.
Yep.
Oh my fucking God, are those delicious? I love lemonade, and it's just alcoholic lemonade. It's
very good.
So good.
They get you in trouble.
They got me in a lot of trouble because I would come home from work. I worked in Whitewater and it was so hot. I would sit on the deck and I would buy a 6-pack and I would have a Leinenkugel just chilling on the deck. I was done with work. I didn't have any homework.
So much.
I would just play music and sit on the deck and drink Leinenkugels. Sometimes I would smoke a cigar, whatever I did to finish out my night. And that's where my tolerance got so high because every night of the week I was having roughly a 6-pack of Leinenkugels. Yeah. And then you remember our deck was just covered in the bottles. Yeah. That was all me. Yeah. There was nobody else drinking those but me. Those are by and far, I could drink those all day long. I don't like having them in the summer in the winter. I love having them in the summer, and they're not everywhere. I went to South Carolina over the summer. They didn't have them.
Well, Leinenkugel, I'm pretty sure is based in it's a Midwest Chippewa Falls or Whoop something like that.
Whatever it is,
Wisconsin.
And even the aesthetic value of the bottle, the logo with the guy wakeboarding in the lake house in the sunshine, it's fucking.
It's pure summer.
It's pure summer.
Yeah.
It's the best time of the year. It's everything I love about that time of year, and it makes me miss and enjoy the life cycle of the year because I go from Leinenkugel and Corona to Bud Light to Leinenkugel and Corona. Yeah. It's that good. That's my number one pick.
I'd say we both had some pretty solid.
I think that's a good list.
Yeah.
We didn't fight as much as I was expecting us to, but I think that's respect among peers. I think that's where we call it. That's about an hour.
I'm getting hungry.
All right.
Well, catch y'all later.
Thanks for listening. Go fuck yourselves.
Bye.